Going for a walk. It's pretty freaking warm this morning. It's supposed to be high 90s today. Getting it in before the sun. Tire check, tire check, tire check. Oh, got that one. Good job. Hey, what's going on, everyone? We're going to talk about off leash versus on leash today. Cowboy is off leash at the moment, peeing on the fence. Tried to zoom in, didn't get it. Let's go. He's a good boy. I would say he is off leash probably 85 to 90% of the time, if not more. The only time I even have him on a leash is if we're around cars and stuff, or there's a lot of traffic and I don't want to constantly be adjusting his heel so he doesn't run into people or something. But I mean, if we're out on the trail like this, he's off leash. There's a rabbit up there, he doesn't care. He's never really further than this away from me. But that's because we did a lot of work on leash before that point. And so I think the two are certainly connected. I think that in order to have this good of off-leash skills, you need to seriously lay a strong foundation on leash. And that is a part you can't skip. You can't skip that. People see him off leash and they're always like, oh yeah, must be the breed or something. And I think the breed you have does play a factor in how easy it is to train them to be off leash. I'll be honest. Like, if you have a hunting breed and they have a very, very high prey drive, they're more likely to cover more ground and go and look for animals or whatever. Come on! It's warm. We're moving slow, aren't we? Slow poke. If you have a breed that is extremely protective of their owners and their pack, they tend to, in my experience, want to stay closer to keep an eye on you than some other breeds, like, for say, I don't know, like a Brittany or a German short-haired pointer, or a lot of those bird dogs. They're bred to go far and to range far, whereas breeds that are bred to do something in conjunction with their owner tend to keep an eye on them more so. So the way we started with mastering off leash is with a long line, just a long piece of rope and a leash. It's something I talk about a lot in Cattle Dog Academy and DIY Dog Trainer. It's what most of the dog trainers I look up to use as a method as well. And it's basically ensuring you have control over them from a distance. The long line, it's basically a long leash. It could be 15, 20 feet long. And so they're out in front of you and you just practice basically teaching them what that radius is, when they need to stop and check back in with you, and having a way to enforce your command, whether that's recall, down, whatever it is, if they don't comply. Because if you have no way to enforce it in the beginning, when they don't follow it every single time, then they have no reason to want to follow it every single time or want to listen to it every single time. Now, he specifically does this thing that I didn't necessarily teach him, that if he sees someone on the trail ahead, he will just stop. Like, he doesn't run up to them. He doesn't want to go say hi. He just stops and usually looks back to me, which is freaking awesome. It just makes me trust him a lot more, like when we're going around a corner or something, that he's not gonna see another dog or see a horse or something and run up and try and say hi or do whatever. So I think that comes with the breed's natural kind of aloofness. Like, he's not overly friendly with new people we meet on the trail. He's fine with them, but he doesn't need to go say hi to every single person. Like, I'll be running off leash with him, and especially when we're moving faster and he's like trying to keep up with me, he doesn't even pay two cents to someone if we're passing them and he's off leash. Like, doesn't need to veer over to say hi or anything. Like, he's just on my heels. Again, that does come with training. Like, watch, cowboy, down, good boy. That right there is, hey, down. I know, down, down. That is how you create an off-leash trail dog. You need to be able to put the brakes on if needed. And so down command is something we teach a lot in our membership community. Okay, good boy. Because I think it is the most important thing for your dog's safety. If they're running towards the street, if they're running towards another person, and look, I release him and he gets all excited and runs fast, but then he just stops and stays right next to me. So I think down is, I always say it's the top 3, but really, I mean, it could be the first or the second in that mix, just because a solid down like that from a distance just allows your dog to have so much more freedom off leash. So if you guys could take a minute, half a second, and smash that subscribe button and click the like button as well, I'd really appreciate it. You know, making these videos, I always get weird looks of people looking at me on the trail while I'm holding my phone up talking to myself. So if you guys could help make that worth it by just simply clicking that button, I would really appreciate it. We do have some pretty sweet stuff coming out soon. If you guys aren't familiar with Cattle Dog Academy, that's our training program for cattle dogs specifically. But we also are launching a course today, not sure when you're seeing this video, for people who struggle with their dogs walking politely on the leash, if they're pulling, if they're lunging, if they're reactive to other dogs. That is going to be the course for you. And it's pretty sweet. We're really excited about it, and highly recommend for anyone who wants to take their leash manners and leash skills to the next level. Now, cowboy, wait. This is a street. Okay. He knows to wait there. I've also been getting a lot of requests for people to learn more about our supplement company. If you guys want to check that out, it's back40dogs.com. I think I'm going to start making more videos about it just because people keep asking for that. Some kind of behind the scenes type stuff and how we're building that business. But it's been a really cool journey. We've met some really cool people and dog experts along the way. So back40dogs.com if you guys don't know that yet. Where are you going, huh? So overall, guys, mastering off-leash skills really just comes down to how much you practice on-leash stuff first. I start with the long line. From the long line, you can progress to an e-collar to make sure you still, same concept, you have control over them from a distance. And a lot of people have misconceptions about e-collars, but you can just use the vibrate function like your phone vibrating just to have some type of hand on them, almost some type of control if you need to, if your voice isn't enough. And then from there, it's just practice and repetition for really the first 1.5 to 2 years is what we really worked on. And now he's 3 years old, and occasionally he needs a tune up every now and then. But I mean, he's pretty darn good off leash. So that's the gist of it. Anyone can do it. Anyone can train their dog to have extremely awesome off-leash skills. Yes, the breed does play a factor, I think. Yes, the individual dog plays a factor, but I still think any dog can have off-leash reliability if you're willing to put the time in. So if you guys want to learn more about how to teach some off-leash skills, check out Cattle Dog Academy or DIYdogtrainer.com. We have a couple offers over there. Going to do a course specifically on that as well, but for now, I do have individual videos on it, plenty of them for recall, off-leash stuff, as well as we have our membership community where you can have live Q&A every week, access with me to ask questions, to get specific and relevant advice to your situation. to make sure that you have the best dog possible. So we'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye. I get questions a lot on what treats I give Cowboy. We just launched our new beef bites at Back 40 Dogs. What are you doing? He loves them. He loves them. These are awesome. We are super stoked with how they turned out. I'll show you the bag here. It's beef heart, and then the rest of it is just to kind of preserve them naturally. So really high quality beef. It's what I would recommend training with because one, oh my goodness, get off of me, boy. They are super easy to break, and so oh no, one is the dogs freaking love them, but they're super easy to break. They're not messy when they're in your pocket, and I like to just give off little pieces like this, easy. So anyways, you can get these at back40dogs.com right now. I highly recommend. Just because they're a treat doesn't mean they have to not be healthy for your dog. These are a great source of protein. A lot of people have been using them as toppers on their kibble to get their dog to eat and to add a little bit of diversity to their dog's diet, with some real meat, because this is air-dried, grain-free, real meat, no preservatives or anything bad like that. So highly recommend checking it out.